Hello again, everyone. Um, I was looking for a challenge to join the other day, and I found one that I thought would be fun to do, that I was interested in. And it was just using a snippet of a snippet roll, just a little portion of a snippet roll. And I thought, hey, that's a very cute idea. And so I thought, I'm going to make one. Well, then I thought, why just make one? I'm going to have all the material out. They're such small little pieces. It's not going to take much material for anything. I think I'm going to make several of them. And so I started making them. And where I ended up stopping, because I ran out of the um, cotton batting for inside. Um, so I ended up with 8 of them, and it's 8 of these is what it is. Just a little 6-inch piece of a snippet roll. It's 3 inches wide and 6 inches long. And what I've done, and it was because that was what was asked to do for the challenge, I left a 1/2 inch of extra lace, just the lace, not the batting, just the lace that I used to cover the batting. I left an extra 1/2 inch on the left-hand side of the piece. And then I went ahead and I started decorating them. This, like I said, is the first one that I did. And I've just got a piece of trim here that is 2 layers, a clear organza type layer and a satin layer. I have a little bug flying around here. He's going to fly in my face in a minute, and then I'm going to get mad. And then and I glued that across the top. Now this was after I put the lace on. And then on top of that, I glued a piece of trim that I had that has little tiny heart dangles hanging from it. I'm hoping you can see that. And then what I did was I was watching Maggie White's, one of Maggie White's tutorials the other day, and she was showing how to make flowers out of flower trim. And I just love that idea. And I have a lot of little pieces of flower trim type pieces. So I took here on this one and I put 1, 2, 3, and it's got a second layer to the third one. So there's 4 layers of flower petals here, and then it had the bead in the center. So I set those all on top of each other, and I put a couple of stitches in the center to hold it. You know what I told you? I glued this across the top. I didn't glue it across the top. I sewed it across the top. Sorry about that. Then I took, under here, I took a flower applique, another flower applique, and another flower that has 2 layers to it with a bead on the top, and I sewed that stack in place. And then here I had a heart with a bow on it and a pearl dot on it, and I thought, well, that finishes that off real nicely. And then across the bottom, I thought it's kind of missing something, so then I went back and I put this little piece of trim across the bottom. And then I took and I had purchased some of these safety pins that don't have the curl at the end. They're just just a loop. You find these in the quilting section of Joann's anyway. That's where I found them. So they're just little safety pins without the curl on the bottom. And I took it and I opened the pin. I stuck it through the material. I didn't catch enough. Hold on. Stuck it through the material, turned it over like this, so that the open part is on the top. Then I strung 5 beads, 5 little tiny pearl beads on the safety pin, and then I closed the safety pin. So there's 5 little beads on this safety pin here, and there's 5 little beads on this safety pin here. Then in the center here, I had some of these earring wires, like this one. Doesn't have any coils or anything. It's just like that. I'm hoping you're seeing it, because I can't see it through the camera. And I took and I put it, you know, with the open side, I put it on the fabric the opposite way that I wanted it to set. Put it through the fabric, and again, turned it all the way around. Then I was able to hang 2 little pieces of dangly beads on it and then clip it shut. Then on the back, I took and I just put this wide piece of trim to kind of cover up where all of the knots were from where I stitched everything on. So that just kind of covers up the back and makes it look a little bit neater. Then right down here on the bottom in the center, I'm going to put a fabric tag with my name on it. So that's how I made this one. Now I started making all of them different. They all have different laces on the top. This one has a fuzzy, frilly lace, and then this white and gold strip at the top. And this one has a white lace with a white rickrack at the top. This one has a gathered lace with dangle beads on the top. This one has a piece of ruffled lace with some strung beads on the top, and these are all just sewn on. This one has some gathered lace with a piece of lace that has ribbon running through it and flowers on it. And then this one has kind of an iridescent gathered lace with a strip of ribbon with flowers on it. And so I was just kind of playing with these and making each one just a little bit different. This is the second one that I have completed. And on this one, I have over here, I had received some hot air balloons in a pocket letter several years ago. And she put lace on all the hot air balloons, and I just thought they were really cute with the basket hanging at the bottom and stuff. So I sewed a hot air balloon on there. I sewed this very pretty piece of bridle trim in the heart shape here in the center. And over here, I used this flower is on an applique. So then we have the sheer flower with all the little baubles in the center. Then I put a little teeny tiny white flower that I had, and then a little white button in the center, and I stitched that stack together. And then I did the same thing with the safety pins down here and down here for the pearl beads. And then I had this little tiny earring in my collection from jewelry that I had purchased, bulk type jewelry. And I thought, well, that's just going to go adorable up there. And it's the post type earring, so it just stuck right through. And then on the back, again, I've put this piece of lace just to cover a lot of the stitching that I had done in the back. Oh, and in the bottom of this one, I put this pretty little trim with it's white and it's got some flowers on it and stuff. This one right down here. So I got 2 of them done, and as I'm making them, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, wouldn't it be fun to trade or swap these little swatches with other people? And what the purpose of them is that you take, let me take a couple of these that aren't decorated. You take a swatch with this 1/2 inch of open lace there. You put the next swatch on top of it, on top of the 1/2 inch of lace, and you stitch the lace down so that they're stitched together. And what you end up with is however long of a snippet roll that you want. And I thought, wouldn't that be fun to trade little swatches with other people, and so that you have maybe one that you've made and 5 more that other people have made. Wouldn't that be fun? I don't know if there's anybody that would be interested in doing that, but if you are, let me know. We'll see if we can get a group of 5 people together who want to do this, and you would make 6 of these, keep 1 for yourself, and send 5 of them in. I'll switch them all around and send 5 of them back to you. And we aren't going to have any drawing. It's not a challenge. It's not just a giveaway. It's kind of a swap. And so I thought that would be a whole lot of fun. So whatever you determine that your package is going to cost to mail to me, because if you don't want to do 5 of them, you can just do 1 or 2, and you would get 1 or 2 back. But I thought if I say 5 of them, then that gives 5 different people a chance to join in the fun and end up with a beautiful, very unique snippet roll in the end. So, like I said, if you're interested, let me know at the bottom. And because it's going to cost postage to mail these all back to you, I would appreciate whatever you find out or determine that the package is going to cost you to send to me. If you will enclose that amount or go to my PayPal, which is Harris, C. Harris 449 at hotmail.com, and I'll put that in the description box of this video. Or you can mail it to my PayPal. So either put it in the envelope with the swaps or mail it to my PayPal. And then however many you send in, that's how many you'll get back. And I don't know if anybody's going to be interested in this. I'm making these up regardless of whether anybody's interested or not. So if you really think that it would be fun to do, and I think it's absolutely fun to do. These are so easy to make. It takes maybe 5 minutes to make one of these up. 10 minutes max. I mean, once you get the base put together. As far as decorating it, putting snippets on it and stuff, takes you 5-10 minutes. And so anyway, that's what I thought. If nobody's interested in it, then I'm going to have a nice snippet roll of all pieces that I made for myself. And that's fine too. So let me know if you're interested. Let me know approximately how many you think you're going to make, which doesn't put you in a solid, that's how many you have to make. If you say, oh, I'm going to make all 5 of them, but you find that you only have the materials or the time to do 3 of them, then you send your 3 in and you'll get 3 back. This is no pressure on this swap, no pressure whatsoever. You either want to do it or you don't want to do it. And I don't know. I think it's going to be fun. I'm anxious to see if anybody be interested. I'm hoping, really hoping that people are going to be interested in it because I think it's going to be fun to do. So, like I said, leave me a comment below and we'll get this started. Thanks for watching. I hope everybody has a crafty, happy day. And it's raining outside here, so I'm going to have lots of fun sitting at my craft table, staying warm and crafting. So we will see you soon.